pleasant good afternoon and welcome to the BNOC ground for game number 9 in the Amas T20 over 50s Masters competition. A game which brings together the Travelers who won the toss and decided they were going to take first knock, and they're up against the Piranhas, a team being led by Emerson Jordan, the former Barbados fast bowler. So both teams basically sitting in the middle of the table. Looks like Husbands will pick up the attack from the northern end of the ground. Think he plays it straight for the central side in our local competition, and he's bowling to Birch, who's back and punching through the offside rather easily to pick up the first boundary of this contest. Owen Birch, a very prolific run scorer in this tournament. In fact, in all tournaments that he would have played, and he's off and running here for his side, the Travelers. So the opening batsman, Owen Birch and Thomas Harris. Another punch, but this time straight to the man at that deepish set point. And this time there's no run. So adjustment being made immediately in the field. They're not asking that man that was deeply set at point to go all the way down onto the sweeper boundary, and that's the man from that straight extra cover to go around to his left in Albert Ogis. Fuller life delivery, this time delivered by Husbands, brings Birch onto the front foot, and yet again there's no run. Another flighted delivery there, bowled by Husbands, brings Birch onto the front foot, and yet again there's no run. So it's been a good comeback from Husbands after that boundary off the first delivery. The delivery which is punch to the man at that backward point region, and yet again for the fourth time in the over there is no run. Forward out loss over number 1. Remember, the batting side, the Travelers team, they won the toss and they decided they wanted to take first knock in perfect batting conditions. The delivery steered down to third man, and at the end of over number 1, the Travelers winning the toss and electing to bat first. Your 5 out loss. Blackman, Thomas Harris, Cleveland Grant, Wesley Straker, Sherland Babb, Shirley Rudder, and Shem Springer. Dave Harewood and Anderson Blackman, unfortunately 2 men to be left out of this encounter. As a delivery which is pitched up and hit into the onside by Birch. There is no run. Another well ball delivery by the man operated from the southern end in small. Wily campaigner. He's been around the circuit for a long, long time. Spent a lot of time at the Boarded Hall Club in the BCL division. Delivery outside the yard stump. Birch is driving expansively, doesn't make contact, and the score remain on 5 without loss. So it's been a good start by the two bowlers from the Piranha side. A team who bank heavily on their bowlers to get the job done. Delivery driven pleasantly through the offside, but there's a man at home on this cover boundary. It looks like Lyndon, the boogeyman yard, who sends a strong return up to the keeper's end, and the batsmen have settled for one quite early in the piece. So Harris will come into strike for the first time. 6 without loss over number 2, 2 of 20 in this the Amas over 50s T20 competition. Being played at the B Knot ground. Loud call of yes coming from Birch, looking quickly for that single, and the keeper really slowly from behind the stumps there, and Thomas Harris a bit hesitant, but in the end acknowledging his partner's call and going through for the single. Full delivery, no ball, signal by the square leg umpire, and disdainfully dispatched through the forward square region. So a boundary to Birch, his second of the contest, and the score quickly up to 11 without loss for over number 2. Correction, 12 without loss. With the no ball call as well, plus the boundary. Delivery spanked through the offside. A lot of work for Yard to do coming around to his right. He does well. And the batsmen have also done well because Birch pushing for that second run and coming home quite easily. So at the end of over number 2, winning the toss and electing to bat, the Travellers, they're fording without loss. Husbands to continue. Bowls a pitched up delivery, and yet again Birch at the non-strikers and really interested in that single, but his partner in Harris more reluctant. Delivery punch through the offside. Harris will pick up his second run as he score up to 15 without loss. His husbands in the course of his second over usually gets the ball to swing a lot. Bowls a delivery, some inward movement, but hit down to this man Lyndon Yard, who's doing a lot of work in the outfield so far. It'll be interesting to see when the captain brings him in to the attack. He's really the linchpin of this bowling attack, Lyndon Yard. Delivery punch into the offside, but Ogies quickly around to his right. Lots of bowling in this Piranha's side. See Ogis, Linden Yard, the captain in Jordan. The two bowlers in operation. So bowling definitely their strength. As a delivery whipped into the onside, gone for one. Birch will definitely be interested in his Hackett, looking to put some pressure on Small, who does well. So it's a good return to up to the bowler's end, and good work by Small coming around. He had a lot of work to do coming around to his left, and he did it well. 17 without loss. One legal delivery remains in the third over. Delivery with a bit of inward movement there by Husbands, but Birch, good enough to get on the back for the steer into the offside to get an easy single. So to close out the third over of the innings, 18 without loss. Start of the fourth over. That's true. I can use this one. Delivery into the offside. Single to Birch. Score up to 19 without loss. As beauty of a delivery. Ball by Small. Got in some away movement. And there is no run. A good take by the keeper. Captain Jordan being called outside the circle. Single into the offside. Delivery hit down to mid-off and the catch put down. I'll get that feeler down there for you. It looks like Husband's demand down there guilty of dropping spilling water would have been a simple catch, really. So a life given to Harris and a single taken as well. 22 without loss. So the first catch goes a begging. Spilled by Husbands. Delivery outside the yard stump. Finds the inside portion of his bat. Evades the keeper. Ogis from backward square has a lot of work to do. Coming around to his right. Down to the short fine leg region, and the return back with the keeper. The batsman settled on one quite early in the piece. So it's been some good stuff. Delivered is Small, albeit not helped out at all, but you feel that mid-off there in Husbands just now. A delivery driven into the offside. The bat face slightly open to find the gap between that extra cover and point region, and gets an easy single. So one more to close out over number 4. And at the end of it, the Travelers team, remember they won the toss, decided to take first knock. They're 24 without loss. Harris good enough to get on the back foot and finding the vacant mid-wicket boundary. So a boundary to Harris. Really listening to the calls of some of his teammates who telling him it's time to step on the accelerator. So with that boundary, he's up to 9. 9 from 9 deliveries. So just going at a run a ball here by his partner Birch. He's on 13 from 17 deliveries. 18 correction from 17 deliveries. So both of them really going along are just about to run a ball. You're not missing any cricket as the ball has yet to be retrieved. And it looks now like the umpire, Orion or Seal, will come over to have a check. Two young umpires Seal and Bellamy. Good work by Ogie. So we are diving away to his right again. Doing a lot of work in that widest extra cover region. When I said young for Bellamy, I meant young in umpiring, really, not in age. He's been around a long time. Husbands, this one is in the air. Fielder coming around Nick Jordan. And Jordan finally 1, 2, 3 bubbles. And finally takes the catch. So wicket number 1 goes down.